Biggs, do you smell that delightful smell? Can you waft that scent, that beautiful fragrance into your ear or into your nose?
Into my ear?
That too.
I think I know what it is too. Do you?
Well, I know what it is because I introduced the idea, but you tell me what you think this smell is.
Oh, I thought it was because hot dogs cooking.
No, I was going to say the scent of love is in the air, Biggs.
Oh, well, that's a bad smell.
I did not put the hot dogs cooking manager in this game.
Why not?
But we teased about 7 months ago. Biggs choked on his water.
Has it really been that long?
Yes. That we would be doing a new simulator. We were supposed to do like Survivor and Big Brother and Hunger Games simulators like once every 2 months, and here we are, I think a year since the last one.
Well.
But this is a love simulator. Biggs, are you familiar with the television show The Bachelor?
Yeah, I think I've seen a clip here and there from like a cringe comp or something, but I've never seen the show itself.
I've seen a season or two. It's just a less good version of something like A Shot at Love with Tila Tequila. You know, that's a real quality program compared to The Bachelor. But I understand the basic premise. You got one single, beautiful, sexy person, man or woman. Don't want to discriminate, Biggs. And 33, count them, 33 motherfucking contestants.
There's 33?
On every fucking season of this show, they bring in 33 people vying for the heart of the one bachelor. And Biggs, that's what we're here to do today. I have a long and rich history of getting my overweight Latino friends named Brandon into relationships. Of course, I hooked up Asperger and Jackie.
And we all know that turned out swell.
Worked out great, so I figured, hey, time to hitch it up again, baby. Let's get 2.0 on this one.
All right.
Everybody's dying to see what happens next. So, I made a video about 7 years ago saying we're going to do this, and I asked the commenters to tell us which characters they would like to see compete for Biggs's lovable heart. So the reason why I bring that up is if you get mad, the characters were not chosen by me.
Okay.
The fans chose these characters. So without further ado, Biggs, are you ready to meet the love of your life? The Bigschelor begins now.
Oh boy.
And so to begin, we have, of course,
I already see the winner.
The Bachelor himself, Biggs Bigsington. And I guess we'll go through each of these contestants one by one, and you can give me your initial thoughts on them.
Okay.
So we've got me, of course.
Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Heartsy Protsy.
I'm not sure why he's here.
We did confirm last episode of Mumkey and Big Show that he is 16, so keep that in mind if you try to take him to the overnight love hotel Final Four. I don't even know what they call it on that show, but basically...
Wait, that's a thing on the show?
In the Final Four, the Bachelor takes turns having sex with the 4 remaining contestants.
What?
Yes.
And this is on television?
Yes. And there's always an awkward breakfast each morning as they're all like, oh, I guess you had your turn to fuck the Bachelor. Great.
That's so weird.
So let's just hope and pray Heartsy Protsy does not make it to the Final Four, or else you might be getting a knock on the door, Biggs.
Well...
you can read the name of the next one.
Dan Schneider?
I think his name's Dan Spino or something. But what is the full name that we have written here on The Bachelor?
Rip my homie Dan.
Why are you so afraid to say rip my nigga Dan? It's what do you think's gonna happen? No, Dan's gonna come hit you?
No, the joke is that I'm not saying it. That's the joke, because it's funny.
Speaking of things that are funny, we have the Rice Krispie Man.
Great moments at breakfast, presented by Kellogg's Rice Krispies.
Barbara, pass the Kellogg's Rice Krispies. This boy's all gone. No more Rice Krispies. We ran out of Rice Krispies. My tears will not stop until I hear snap, crackle, pop.
One of, if not the most classic Mumkey and Big Show character, and his mother-in-law showed up too. So.
my mother-in-law.
He not so lost at least 2 months, but how long I'll be here?
It's her 15th visit so far this year.
We are 5 contestants in, and we finally got a woman.
At least she will feed me Rice Krispies.
And you can have heterosexual sex with her. Like, so far, that has not been an option.
That's not really a plus in this.
The fans wanted a bit of realism in this, so we have nobody.
Yeah, nobody's gonna win.
You can end up... Oh, that's the one you were hoping you would win? You end up with nobody and you die alone?
Yep.
Okay, let's move on to the next batch. We've got Jeffrey Epstein, fan favorite. People were really hoping that you and Epstein would hook up. Your mom is... but that's not the only family member. Also, Biggs' sexy little brother.
Is that from the Person of Culture video?
Yeah.
Zeke, when is the time for dinner? Zeke, when will it be time for dinner?
shut up!
When is the time for dinner? Zeke, when is the time for dinner? Zeke, when is the time for dinner?
Just get out!
How do you feel about your mother and brother being contestants on the Bigschelor?
Well, I feel like this would have been a whole lot funnier if, like, you actually had a picture of my mom. At this point, I don't even know who this woman is, so...
I mean, I thought this looked pretty close to your mom. I just searched fat old woman.
She has no neck. Like, it goes from her chin
What
to
is your
her
mom, a
chest.
giraffe? Why is the neck the most prominent feature
Because
of
that
your
reminds
mother?
me of that guy from the, was it 90 Day Fiancé, where he's just a thumb.
Oh, Big
sitting
Ed?
on- yeah. That's it. It's like the female version of him.
Now, these next 4 I think you'll be pretty excited about. We've got Donnie Darko.
Well, I already see one further down that I want to win. So.
Donnie Darko, is that your number 1 pick so far?
I hope he's in the final 4.
And then you'll decide from there if you want to be with him or not.
Yeah,
It's
well,
very important.
I mean, after that, it doesn't really matter if I end up with him, but, you know, it'll be a special moment.
Is it bad that I didn't realize Donnie and Gretchen had sex until like my 50th viewing of the movie?
Really?
I'd never understood, like at the Halloween party, I didn't realize that after they kissed, they had sex because they just walked down the stairs together. I didn't realize they fucked.
It was heavily implied. And
That Donnie had to lose his virginity before dying? Is that really that important?
I mean, yeah.
I guess so. S. Darko. Now, you might notice, Biggs, that
You chose her not from S. Darko, but from the first movie.
I could have chosen 18-year-old Sam Darko, but I figured if Epstein's in the mix, why not throw in 7-year-old S. Darko?
I was gonna say, you know, maybe if it was the second movie's version of her, it would be better, but this is just despicable of you.
Well, speaking of Jake Gyllenhaal's theatrical sisters, we also have his real-life sister and sister in the movie, Maggie Gyllenhaal. Now, between these 2 sisters, which one would you rather end up with?
The current pictures or like current day?
The images on the screen.
I'm gonna go with Maggie.
Okay.
I can never think of Maggie the same again after watching BoJack when they have like a cameo of her on the show and they call her Maggot Gyllenhaal and she's a literal maggot walking around with Jake.
Unironically more attractive than her in real life.
True.
Next, we have one final Donnie character, Gretchen Ross.
I hope she wins.
Yeah, I'm
If she
guessing that's
doesn't-
your second pick so far. You want Donnie and
No,
Gretchen in final
Gretchen's
2?
first, then Donnie in the final.
Whoa! This is
Or
not the
final
Biggs.
4.
Biggs, since when do you like Gretchen more than Donnie? I thought you were a number 1 Donnie.
I love the movie
Stan.
Donnie Darko, correct. But I've always told you and have been open that Gretchen is my waifu.
I think this girl's also 16.
So dat boy.
Here come that boy. Here he come. Now, when I found out that Biggs was struggling with maybe romantic life, I figured, maybe I could stop, quit my digging job and stop being a digger and start being a lover, not a fighter. So I'm here to win Biggs' heart.
Well, our second closest contender is next. My final 4 is going to be Gretchen, Donnie, Nobody, and Depression. And Nobody and Depression are going to be the final 2.
It's anybody's guess who's going to win. Because after the romantic suite, the 2 humans are going to leave you.
I'm not going to say it because we're not down there yet, but I see somebody's forehead that I don't like.
We've also got our two cats, Blaze and Isabel. Isabel, if I recall, she won Survivor #2, correct?
Yeah, it's just crazy to me that you would name her that because she's clearly a cat, not a bell.
Correct. Which one of these were you upset about seeing?
Well, now I'm upset
all
about
of them?
3 of them.
Which 3?
Obviously, it's Frid, Nostalgia Critic, and Wings.
Wait, why are you upset about Wings? He's married now. He's a gentle lover. He's a good husband.
He's the forehead I saw when you were further up.
Oh, I thought you were upset about Frid.
No, all I saw was the dumpster. I mean, I guess it's still part of him, but...
So we've got Frid. This is him with a boy. I sure do hope somebody got fired for that blunder face.
No! Help! God, please!
You know you deserve this.
No!
Right? You deserve this.
No!
You deserve this. Yes! Thank you, baby.
My name is Fred, and I am the only Christian in my town. Trust me when I say it isn't easy.
Hey, Freddy, if you love God so much, why don't you suck his dick?
I would if I could!
We've got Todd from BoJack Horseman. Big fan of Todd.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be fine with that.
And we know he's a pretty good roommate, so that's basically what marriage is.
True.
I mean, you guys could talk about Donnie together. You've both seen the movie. We know that for a fact.
If I end up with him, I think we're canceling the show.
You're gonna... Well, there might be...
We're going on an infinite hiatus.
You might be able to see in the bottom right of the next row. Maybe you'll choose this person instead if you land on Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah.
We've got the magical Mr. Mistopheles. I mean, another classic character. His song was our favorite from the Cats movie, even though it's not that great. It was the only redeeming
quality of the entire movie.
Yeah, and I watched a video by this channel called Sideways who analyzes musicals, and he explained how they, like, not only they ruined the entire musical of Cats with the movie, but even the Mr. Mistopheles song was completely butchered and shitty, despite the fact that we liked it. So, I'm guessing the original song must be pretty fucking good if we liked the bastardized version of it.
Yeah, or maybe they're just too pretentious.
Speaking of pretentious, after Wings we have Juice Boy. So this will probably get taken down with a copyright strike because we used his image in the video.
Oh boy.
Can you imagine what it would be like living with Juice Boy and he's going on political rants all day, and then at night he's like checking his internet and he's getting all pissed off that people are watching his videos that he made?
Yeah, sad life.
Let's see, the next row.
Is that Chip?
We've got Joker. Now, I wasn't sure if I should do Joker guy from my Halloween story or just, Joker from the movie. But I think since you have more of a history with this Joker, it's better for you to have the chance to... maybe he doesn't kill Murray. Maybe if you and him fall in love, you could be like...
Maybe we can kill Murray together.
Sure. Like, his girlfriend, his cutie pie black girlfriend in the movie was not real. Maybe you could be his cutie pie Latino boyfriend who is real.
I'm not Jewish.
We have my brother Patchy. This is him from our short film Snap, Crackle, Cop. We have Reactor, who everybody assumes Biggs has never met before, but that's just not true. Biggs and Reactor spoke together approximately 6 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
Way back in the day. We have Chip from Chip's Challenge, so this is technically a Chip's Challenge episode. I'm going to be including these in the Chip's Challenge playlist on our YouTube channel.
Perfect.
I don't see why
if
not.
anything, this should just have like the line and then Chip's Challenge episode or whatever at the end of the title.
I think that'll guarantee it gets 1/3 of the views. My incel neighbor, he's 69 years old, never had sex. I think if he gets to the final four, you could take his virginity. And instead of him sending all his money to scammers every week, he could spend his money on you.
So I can have his Google Play cards?
Yeah, and his Netflix gift card, his iTunes gift card.
Perfect.
Here's the one I was alluding to earlier, if you land on Nostalgia Critic. Just suicide.
Yeah, I've, yeah. No comment.
So if there's 33 contestants, you have a 1 in 11 chance of getting either nobody, depression, or suicide. Which is, I mean, better odds than real life. I mean, in real life, you have like, what, 1 in 2 odds of getting one of those 3 things?
True.
So yeah, this game's actually improving your odds a bit, Biggs. And finally, we have Helen Keller, the Honduran monkey.
Oh.
Fan favorite character. I hate him because he's a better monkey than me. And when
much cuter, more funny and enjoyable to hang out with, even though he ate the bead off my necklace and ruined it forever.
If you don't remember, the very first episode of the Monkey and Big Show podcast, we talked about Biggs went on a cruise to Honduras and he met this monkey. So it's a deep cut. And finally, one of my favorite One Piece characters, Bon Clay. You know I can't do a simulator without throwing in some One Piece for you, Biggs. I know you love it. I've decided if Bon Clay wins, you have to read all of One Piece. How's that sound? You have a 1 in 33 chance of having to read One Piece.
Now, on this simulator, is there a way to set it up to where you choose what happens when? Or is it completely randomized?
Oh, it's completely randomized, and if you want, we can just re-randomize it again, just to make sure I didn't like go through it and make sure, you know.
Yeah, I like
every
that.
time you click on the link, it reshuffles the whatever the fuck they do. So yeah, this will be a brand new edition. So you ready to see who Biggs falls in love with?
Yeah, I mean, there's the choices aren't as bad as you made it out to be. I thought there's going to be a lot more degenerate choices on.
Well, I mean, you got Frid, Nostalgia Critic, Wings, the embodiment of depression, a 6-year-old girl, your own mother, your own sexy brother. You know, so many good choices. How The Bachelor works is that episode 1, the Bachelor meets all the contestants and they all come up in limos, and the contestants try to get the attention of the Bachelor because on night 1, like 7 people go home. So you have to make a good first impression, you have to be memorable, and that's what all these contestants are about to do for you, Biggs. So let's see what they've got for us. Maggie Gyllenhaal arrives laughing so hard that she has trouble getting her words out.
Yeah, I wasn't really interested in her anyways.
He did not want to hear anything she had to say to begin with. Incel neighbor arrives smiling and greets Biggs with a hug. Can you believe it? The incel is getting a little too handsy right off the bat.
I mean, it makes sense. If they're given the option to be in this type of show, I'd imagine they'd be pretty gross.
Probably the first tits he'll ever grab.
It doesn't say grab my tits.
I mean, so maybe his arms are so long when he hugs, they wrap all the way around it twice and they grab your tits.
Wouldn't it wrap around himself, though?
You know what? I might not have thought this through.
Okay.
Uncle Zeb tells Biggs he has butterflies.
I don't have butterflies.
Now, Biggs, I'm a little bit nervous. I got these butterflies in my stomach here. I'm afraid there might be a digger. You'll let me know if one of the contestants is a digger, right?
Yeah.
Rice Krispie Man tells Biggs not to hurt him since he has been hurt before. We all know what happened there.
I would have been like, same, brother. Give me a hug.
I mean, obviously he's talking about how his family ate all of the Rice Krispies before he got to the breakfast table, which is the greatest betrayal I could think of. I assume that immediately led to a divorce, and that's why he is on this program.
But his mother-in-law brought more. Why would he need a divorce after that?
Because he hates his mother-in-law. She's visiting for the 23rd time this year or some shit. He's getting sick of that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dat Boy arrives in a full-out sloth costume. Interesting choice.
So a frog shows up dressed as a sloth
on a unicycle.
On a unicorn. What the? On a unicycle.
You pulled a real monkey with that one.
Yeah, I did.
Patchy tells Biggs he is going to bring him home to meet his family. I mean, I think you've already met Patchy's family, to be honest.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to do that again. I might end up with his mother.
Oh, okay. Blaze arrives giving Biggs Heart of Lace.
What is that?
I have no clue what that means. Joker tells all of her nicknames to Biggs, and Joker receives the first impression rose. I think that means he's safe for round 1.
Okay, so I know all of the jokester rated R's nicknames. Cool.
So what, like the Murray Killer, the clown with a gun,
The stairs dancer,
yeah.
the imaginary GF lover. Cool.
Frid arrives in a horse and carriage instead of a limo. Typical Frid.
Should have showed up in a dumpster.
He should have, yeah, on wheels. S. Darko arrives wearing a beauty pageant sash. I mean, that's not too far off from her character in the movie. She's like a competitive dancer, so I guess why not?
Sure.
What do you say to her when she shows up looking so radiant and beautiful in her sash? Do you tell her that she's looking sexy as fuck tonight?
No, I think I look at the next contestant with a smile on my face.
Suicide arrives in a Cinderella costume and introduces herself to Biggs.
Now that's one I could flirt with. I already have in the past.
How did Suicide wear a Cinderella costume?
You can't question these things, you know?
Helen Keller says, I have butterfly.
Okay.
How come both of the characters I do flawless impressions of had butterflies?
It was fate.
Donnie Darko talks to Biggs with signs because he lost his voice.
Well,
Is that consistent with the film in any way?
I don't think so. Sure. I don't know sign language, so good luck.
Well, you're telling good luck to Donnie? You should just be happy that the eye candy has arrived. You don't need to understand what he's saying. Just like his sister, she can't talk either. Rip My Nigga Dan arrives doing cartwheels and accidentally wipes out. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Mother-in-law tells Biggs that he looks even more handsome than on TV. Hey, she's got the sweet, the sweet cereal and the sweet mouth.
True.
Sweet lips.
Talk me on night 1.
Nobody forgets to tell Biggs her name, but has a good meeting otherwise. I should have done a picture of Better Call Saul for nobody. You know what I'm saying?
I saw that one coming.
You saw that one coming? Nostalgia Critic arrives with a hot dog and says, I don't care about wiener size. Consistent with the character.
Should have said, hot dogs cooking on the grill.
Should have said,
Donnie Darko is the shittiest
we can move
movie
on.
I've ever seen. I don't care about wiener size. I care about Batman credit card.
You seen the Bat credit card scene?
Nope.
Epstein tells Biggs that if he breaks his heart, his dad will break his legs.
Is your dad the Clintons? I mean, that makes sense, I
Almost.
guess.
Yeah, I'm guessing he does call Bill Clinton daddy. So that
After that picture, it's probably mommy.
Bon Clay reads Biggs a poem about love. Okay. Chip tells Biggs that this is how he envisioned falling in love on a TV show. Kind of lame. Biggs' mom tells Biggs she is excited and that he's a hunk. Can we call your mom on speakerphone and ask her?
Absolutely not.
Mom, do you think I'm a hunk?
No.
Have you seen that candy bar called the Big Hunk?
No.
Oh, there's one at every time I go into Five Below, I see it and I'm thinking, shit, that's a big hunk. And finally, my cat Isabel tells Biggs that he looks even more handsome than on TV. I think somebody already said that. Rose ceremony. Oh, so this is the first elimination of the game. All these people are.
Way.
Biggs chose everybody except for Juice Boy, me. Thank God I'm out of this shit before it gets too cringe. Gretchen.
No!
Biggs, what the fuck? What did Gretchen do to piss you off? What did she say? Where's she even at? Did she even get one?
No.
She didn't even get an intro. You fucking dumped her, dude.
No.
Your sexy little brother is out. Reactor's out. The Honduran monkey.
This is tragic.
I noticed oh no, depression's in here. Never mind. Heartsea. I guess you dodged a bullet there. So S. Darko's your only chance to be a pedophile at this point, Biggs. I think. Wings is out. I guess he's going back home to his modular mansion to, drink some Pepsi and eat some Wendy's chili. BoJack Horseman's Todd is out. Magical Mr. Mistopheles, what the fuck? What, did he use his magic wand to make himself disappear?
Well, I saw 2 other cats that were better than he was, so I had to get rid of them.
Very true and fair. Oh, why did you get rid of depression so soon?
I wish it was
who are
that
you
easy.
trying to fool?
I wish it was that easy to get rid of depression. I would have done it a long time
Just
ago.
don't give it a rose at the rose ceremony and you'll be set. Well, so the remaining contestants, obviously all of these people. And I think that's going to cut it for episode 1 of the Bigschelor. Biggs, how are you feeling so far? One of these people is your lady love. You will be married to one of these people for eternity, and there is still a very good chance that you will be reading all of One Piece.
I'm just glad that
I didn't say banana.
That nobody, Suicide and Donnie are still in this. Other than that,
Oh yeah, let's do a top 5, like the 5 you're hoping to get the most from the ones that remain.
top 5. All right, nobody. Suicide.
Why nobody's your number 1 pick? Suicide's number 2 above Donnie Darko. What the fuck?
Donnie is
Okay.
number 3.
Okay.
Number.
What about Rip?
Number 4? I'll go with Joker because then at least we can have fun.
I feel sad that you're not choosing Isabel or Blaze in your top 5.
Well, I'm not a furry. I don't like to think about doing things with
You don't
animals.
have. No, it's The Bachelor. It's about love, not sex. So the idea.
Apparently, the final 4 is. So, with that being said, number 5 is going to have to be
S. Darko. Nostalgia critic. It's bad when there's this many people left and you can there's only 4 that you're like okay with. You're gonna have some bad luck in this game.
I guess number 5 would have to be Rice Krispie Man. We can be
over
sad
Helen
together.
Keller. This is a real woman, like a 20-some-year-old woman.
I don't know. I can't.
You'd rather fuck the Rice Krispie Man?
Yeah.
Okay. So Biggs is still holding on
guess,
for loneliness or death.
As far as women go, at least she wouldn't be able to see how grotesque I am. So that's probably good.
Yeah, ideally, Helen Keller would be your dream girl, really.
Yeah.
You guys would get along.
I wouldn't have to listen to her talk all the time.
I mean, on podcasts, you guys would probably say just about as much.
True.
See you next time, folks.